Hi guys, this is Sidney. So in this video today, I'm on here to share some messages that came to me that I have been receiving, dissecting, and then consolidating since I shared my last video on YouTube. And I feel like it's been a while, and since I last shared, I moved to different locations. So when I was, the last message that I shared was when I was in Bali and was connecting to the energy there and the Lemurian portal and all the transmission that I shared with the womb healing, especially in relation to a lot of divine feminine energy to go into the flow state. So, for those of you who's encountering this for the first time or who is resonating with it now, everything is in divine timing that is unique to you. So for those of you, I'm going to share the link to that video in the description box if you feel called to connect to it further or once again. And now the energy has shifted because right now we are in Leo season and before we were in Cancer season. And right now there has been a lot of activation of balancing the solar plexus since about the 26th of August or even before that. So right now there is a huge energy that is changing up, rising up, and revealing more truths that were hidden in the darkness in the collective. So collectively it could be some sort of world events or major news. Individually it could be that you may have to face a lot of the lingering emotions that you were putting under the rug, or you didn't realize that you were putting under the rug, or that it's lurking behind that you may not realize. And all these solar flares and light codes that are taking place right now are helping us to bring that up to the surface once again so you can see them and so you can recognize them and then you can release them. Okay, so anything that's lurking, anything that is lingering. Okay, so what I'm guided to share, first thing, is that the energy has been rising and it's been accelerating, and especially since July up till now, the pace of that acceleration has been the fastest thus far since 2012 is what I'm guided to share. So you may not realize this energy because we were doing it step by step by under the guidance of the universe with all these different astrological transits and movements that were taking place that were taking us to the retrogrades and then coming out again, the divine feminine energy healing coming out again, and then divine masculine energy healing coming out again. So in a way they were prepping us all together, and then it was all step by step so that we could digest and take a rest to recuperate, restore, and then move to the next, and then go deeper into our wounds and heal, bring union within, and then integrate, face our old shadow aspects, and then come out, restore, rebalance, rejuvenate, regenerate. Take a moment, take a breather, and then go back. So it's been like this, like the wave. So in a way, the universe has been kind to us, that sense, in a larger, bigger picture sense, that but it happened in a very faster, short-term period. So it's the periods of restoration and regeneration, rejuvenation, and then period of healing and empowering and facing all the shadows. the duration of that is getting shorter and shorter and shorter, meaning we are moving a lot faster. Okay, so since the Pluto, now we are prepping for Pluto completely entering into Aquarius at the end of this year. So it's like the acceleration is what I'm going to share. And since July, we were entering into another phase of this acceleration is what I'm going to share. So since the October or the September, like the fall season, last year, we were prepping for a lot of deep inner wound healing that was intense. And then we were doing that one by one. And in July, we are entering into a whole new phase is what I'm guided to share. So we were doing a lot of divine feminine related energy, focused reflection is the word that is coming up. So because everybody has different ideas about what healing means and what empowerment means, right? Everybody has different images, different interpretations in their head. So they're guiding me to use the word reflection, meaning we were going inward to some of the wounds that is related to the concepts of divine feminine energies in July with the Cancer season. And what I saw was at the beginning of July in my dream time, or was it when I was in Bali? Perhaps was it the second week or something like that? I can't really remember, but something like that, like early on in July. In my dream time, I saw a pyramid, and the pyramid was 2D. So it wasn't moving, it was just like 2D, like on paper we draw like a triangle. But it had a smaller triangle on top and the bigger one, the second layer, and the third one. So it had 1, 2, 3 layers. And then the top of the pyramid was lighting up in golden light. So like an enlightened energy on top. And representing the activation of the third eye. So a lot of the spiritual awakening, and as I described in the previous video, using the word radical transformation, and that was the representative of that energy in the collective. And on the 26th of August, in my dream time, what I saw was the same pyramid that on the top was enlightened with golden light, but this time it was 3D, not 2D. Okay, and then 26th, around that time, you were entering into the Lionsgate portal energy. So that was the energy shift that was happening in the collective. And on the 1st of August, 26th of July, is what I meant, not August. If I said, I can't remember whether I said August, July, okay. And on the 1st of August, in my dream time, I saw the same exact pyramid, but this time it was 3D, but it was moving. It was moving like this. It was still shining on top, but it was moving. So that's how fast we are moving in terms of the shift and energetic frequency rising right now. That's affecting everything and everyone on earth at this time is what I'm guided to share. So on a collective level, it's impacting everything. On an individual level, it's affecting everyone in a very unique way. So what that means is we are getting more into the higher chakra activations, meaning a lot of people are being called to wake themselves up, and now we are having to choose which timeline we want to move into on a soul level is what I'm guided to share. Okay, so what happened when I saw the first pyramid, I was in Bali, and then when I saw the second pyramid, I was in Yogyakarta. another city in Indonesia. And then when I saw the last pyramid, that was 3D pyramid that was moving, I was in Jakarta, and I was in all these places guided by my spirit team, my higher self and source for the specific energy connection with that particular region, and it's with Gaia as well. So that's the pace of energy acceleration that is taking place. And also at the same time, the greed of the Mother Gaia or Gaia has been coming up for me to share. So there were different energy points. And as we enter into the season of Leo, I started to feel the Atlantean portal opening up to give us codes to help us level up to become the co-creator rather than just remaining a creator, meaning co-creator, meaning we have to activate our higher chakras further to work with the divine, to trust the divine, and allow the higher self to lead the way rather than the lower mind or the ego aspect. So in order to do that, we had to activate the third eye. And in August, in the Leo season, since the end of July, what we've been working on was balancing our solar plexus and connecting that to our third eye and balancing the energy out. Okay, so you may have been feeling a lot of indigestion in your solar plexus area, or that's something that is that you may not digest certain foods, or if you're drinking coffee, you're feeling like a knot in your stomach area or something like that. It's because this energy or the chakra is trying to purify and then balance. So what I'm guided to share is when these things take place, a lot of the diets also need to be purified, and which I keep mentioning about idea of fasting, or going into more alkaline diet, juicing, introducing more fruits and vegetables into your diet, and all of that. And something that was interesting that I saw a few days ago that I'm guided to mention is that because right now all the souls are facing having to choose which timeline they're going to align with. So they may stay to choose to align with a lot of negative energies, still living with drama and chaos and victim consciousness, or they may want to start to look into different timelines that is more empowered, or they're sick of being that way, so now they want to shift and change to being more positive or something like that. Or for certain souls, you may have done a lot of internal work and now you're moving into your new highest timeline. Okay, so every individual is in a unique soul journey. So once again, I'm guided to share that you want to honor your journey. You want to focus on your journey instead of comparing, because the more you compare, you lower your frequency. Okay, and that comparison energy is about the survival. And so we are constantly looking into our competition, where they are, and wanting to know and have information on others so that we know where we are. That's the survival old energy. So if you're feeling triggered to compare, just allow yourself to feel those energies and uncomfortable emotions that may be rising up, but then just have the awareness and allow yourself to feel rather than run away or avoid or put it under the rug or justify or what's the word? Just forcing positivity on these things. Just allow things to flow. To allow yourself to work on these emotions alone that's coming up to you uniquely rather than comparing. Is because once you compare, you may go into extreme self-doubt or justification towards pride and ego, or you may lower your vibration with further judgment that is going to be triggered, and then you're going to go into feeling hatred towards something. All these things, okay? And so right now, it's to just simply watch. If you're feeling triggered, it's the best to deal with that energy so that you can turn any of these negative emotions that may be arising and then use them to turn into something positive of an experience for you. So right now there's a lot of value judgment in the collective. So everyone is judging what's more valuable, what's more important. But there's no such thing actually in neutrality, but it's just our perspective and what we were being taught and being programmed of what is more valuable and what is more important, what is less important. We're living under, that's influencing your energy in motion, your vibration, your emotional state with these images, okay? So that's what I'm being guided to share. So just honor where you are, honor your journey. And that when these things, so right now, all these different energies are affecting everyone, and we are now having to clear our solar plexus, and that top of the pyramid that was enlightening was representative of the third eye opening, third eye activation that's to take place in the collective, where now, you know, the souls are choosing and they're experiencing all these different realities. And right now it's like a buffet is what I'm guided to share. So you get to taste all these different timelines of negativity, of drama, the chaos of this positivity, energy of compassion, joy, or somewhat higher of energy of miracles, energy of all sorts of instant manifestations, and just whole different timelines right now. That's very, only a very few or selective people are going to experience now. But right now, in general, we are all exposed to all of these things at once, like a buffet. So we are experiencing extreme negativity to extreme positivity right now. The whole different range is what I'm going to share, because souls are given chances, opportunities to choose. So the reason why I say soul is because you may not realize or recognize that you're making this choice on an egoic level, but on a soul level, you're choosing something. Okay, everyone is choosing something in the collective. So reason being that is a lot of the leadership in society, in all aspects, all industries, they need to be shifted as well. So that's part of the radical transformation we started to go through since July, with the new phase of energy that entered in July. So with this acceleration, what we are preparing is we are preparing this acceleration of energy, clearing out, purification, until the end of this year in 2024, where Pluto is going into Aquarius full on. Before, we are going to go into Capricorn briefly, but that's where we are all this, like a lot of Capricorn energy that we've been dealing with the full moon in Capricorn twice that happened in June and July, and all of this energy of what I'm guided to, what's coming to mind is the last order. Okay, we are having to look into, reflect on the last order in order to bring new order with Pluto in Aquarius going full on at the end of this year. So we are doing a lot of prepping right now. And with that, I shared in my last video that a lot of the revelations, a lot of the truths are going to come out, radical truths, and all of that's going to be revealed. It's only going to accelerate. And the analogy that is coming, it's like a shade. Okay, so I was at the beach in Yogyakarta, and there was this like a beach, you call it parasol, like the large umbrella to give you a shade under the sun in the beach. And it was all like in alignment, and nobody was there. The beach was really quiet, and the sun was really bright that day. And I saw the shade. And I went into the shade because I was walking and it was becoming too hot. And when I walked and into the shade, I didn't see myself anymore. There was no shade of me. I couldn't see my shadow aspect. It was hidden. But when I stepped out, meaning the light increasing, I start to see my shadow. So that's the analogy that I'm going to share, that we were under the age of darkness. So a lot of things we were able to hide, and it was okay because it was kept hidden. But now, as the light is increasing, as it's like the analogy of you coming out of that, walking out of the shadow, or so, you know, in a way, it's also a choice of yours, right? You are walking out of the shadow towards the light and to face your shadow, or that the light is increasing, so we are having less surface space on the ground to hide anymore. The shadow area is reducing. So even though you are not moving, you are to be revealed because the light is increasing. You see what I mean? So that is what is taking place as an analogy in the collective energy. So like the whistleblowers, or like the people now having the courage to speak their truth, express their truth on an individual level, on a collective level, on a group level, however it is, that's the energy. They're actively choosing to do so, or they want to remain hidden, but they can't no longer do that because it's just due to the environmental changes, meaning light is increasing, so the shadow is reducing, so their shadow aspect is being revealed. So that is what the analogy is. Okay, so take however it resonates for you. So that's the energy that I'm guided to share right now. So we are all making a choice in a way. There's no way to hide anymore is what I'm guided to share. Okay, and it could be your emotion as well on an individual level. So anything that is lingering, lurking, that is inside you, it is helping us to bring that out to the surface. Okay, blurt it out is what I'm guided to share. Like you're gonna blurt out the truth. Okay, so so it's like a funny example that is coming up. It's like you are going to admit to yourself, or you're going to accept as you reflect, yeah, I messed up, or yeah, it was actually me. I needed to change. You know, it wasn't them, it was me. So that's a shift in a way that you're realizing, you're blurting out the truth right now to yourself, that I used to blame all these people, but actually I needed to get out of that victim mindset and shift my mindset and change my attitude towards something, right? I used to complain about where I am and what I don't have. Now I realize that I was a chronic complainer. I was a chronic blamer, right? And that's another victim state. So you're recognizing your own pattern and you are blurting out the truth to yourself, you know, saying that, oh, that's what I've been doing. I keep saying the same thing over and over. And I need to change this. I need to put in allowing myself to look at what I have, where I am, with more gratitude or something like that. So things are shifting like that, okay? That's the choice that a soul is making actively. It's like an example. Another thing is and the more like a passive way, in a sense that you want to stay hidden, but then you can't no longer, very first thing that is coming to me right now is a physical symptom or the physical manifestation of that energy. So you may, those people may be diagnosed with cancer or a certain physical illness, because everything is energy. So for example, when you suppress a lot of certain emotions, and that's leading to depression, and also that's affecting the cellular level. So it's, you know, how we develop cancer and all of that. It's all interrelated. And once the energy is cleared, of course, we have to put in efforts of cleaning up by what we are consuming and what we are introducing to our body, and creating this inner physical environment is also important. But it's all related. So another interesting thing that came to me was that because of this energetic shift and changes, souls are going to also make different diet choices. So for example, someone who may have been vegetarian or so-called vegan for 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, they may start to feel like they want to introduce more meat to their diet, or they're no longer becoming a vegetarian or a vegan. They're saying, oh, it has been affecting my health. So I was told by my doctor to have more meat or to introduce more dairy or something like that. It's because everything is energetic vibration and resonance. So all these diets, the foods that we consume, it has to be aligned with the physical intelligence of the body that we have. So this body, this organ, this is another entire system. And I see this as like a spaceship that you are in a way. And that this has its own engineering, meaning own intelligence, that it's running 24/7, whether you are awake or whether you're asleep. It's operating on its own. It's a really amazing operating system, and that has regenerative healing abilities on its own. But we put in a lot of different things to block this flow or the operation. We get congested, indigestion, and all these things, right? And so these people who chose out of value judgment, meaning I love animals and I don't understand why certain people would love to eat meat and they're just like us, right? It was based on their value judgment of what is better versus what is worse, and that they will look down or hate on people who eat meat or something like that. So they chose to become a vegetarian or a vegan or something like that. You know, this is just coming out as an example, because their starting point or the intention behind their shift was forced due to this value judgment rather than a natural flow of resonance of what their body needs. It wasn't intuitive. It was more like the ego forcing on a certain opinion, giving more importance to that as opposed to other things, because everything is neutral. And certain people need to eat meat at this time, and certain people cannot eat meat any longer due to what is better, what is not good. So a lot of these value judgments are being called on to look into and reflect on right now. So the reason or the purpose behind that is because we need to neutralize all these energies or polar opposites right now. And that's why a lot of people, or some people in the collective, especially who are in the spiritual community, who've been practicing the vegan, so-called vegan, but personally I do not prefer to use these terms, or I do not identify, because everything is just energetic. So you do not choose to eat fruit and vegetable because you hate eating meat, and that idea of hate or despise or detest towards something, that energy of judgment has to be neutralized and purified. Therefore, it's just rebalancing. So they may choose to go back to more meat heavy diet, or they're introducing more seafood or milk or dairy or something like that. On the extreme other hand, some people who have been doing a lot of work and dropping a lot of internal baggage or emotional baggage, however you resonate with this, like trauma, your diet is shifting fast as well. So you may feel like you want to have more fruits, more vegetables, no more meat, or less meat gradually, something like that. It would take place. And that you will experience, if you eat certain foods or heavy foods, you will feel indigestion in your solar plexus area. Therefore, because the energy is not in match anymore. And also what I'm going to share is, this is for a very few, but if you are entering into a new timeline, or your new highest timeline or higher timeline, or you're moving up in that sense, aligning with that parallel reality, you may want to reduce the caffeine intake that is coming from coffee, and that the wheat frequency needs to be clear, because a lot of this wheat and this yeast, they have been weaponized, so they're not pure in energy form or the frequency. It's been hybridized, it's been synthesized. So a lot of the breads, the bakeries, and all these things that we are eating right now, a lot of them, the seeds have been contaminated. It's been manipulated. So since the 1960s is what is coming to me right now. So that's why a lot of people feel uncomfortable after they have bread, or like they have allergic reaction to glutens, and all of that is because of this hybridization and the synthetic yeast that's being introduced in a very underhanded, undisclosed way. So people do not realize, but we have to make sure that these are from the natural sources. And unless you verify, a lot of the things that are being moving around, all this wheat, the flour that we are consuming right now, it's under manipulation. So that's also what I'm guided to share. So you may want to investigate more and study more about nutrition, about how the body works. And there are all these opinions and about different diets and ideas. what you want to do is you want to collect and listen to everyone without judgment, and then go in and then tune in to your higher self, because your higher self has the wisdom to discern, because everyone is just having different experiences and different opinions that you may resonate, that you may benefit from their guidance, or it could harm you if you're just taking on something without your own discernment, because there are a lot of information and misinformation or misguided information out there. So you want to keep your power to yourself by doing your own research, doing your own investigation, and coming to your own conclusion based on your own intuition that is aligned with your unique journey, that your unique physical state, vibrational state right now, because everything is shifting uniquely. Okay, so that is something that I'm guided to share. And also you may experience a lot of fatigue, physical fatigue, right? A lot of activations in the crown chakra, the third eye. You may feel all this pressure in this area here, and especially if you're a psychic or medium, or you're doing a lot of reading, energy reading, you have a lot of different psychic abilities, you want to protect this area, make sure that it's clean, that you want to do your cleansing and purifying. Because energy right now, based on what I tapped into, what I experienced, is very, very chaotic. And unless you're feeling really grounded, it can easily affect you, especially if you're physically very drained or tired, or if you're mentally overstimulated, and so your energy is out of balance. It's likely that you may be easily affected by this chaotic energy that's around, to, like, in a way, looking for chances to get to you. So your aura management, in a way, is being called onto, to reflect on, and to stay in balance, and to ground your energy. And recently, also with the solar plexus energy, another energy that's been coming through was the root. So right now, at this very moment in time, what is taking place is that we are rooting our root chakra energy further on, in order to further continue to consistently speak our truth, be our truth self. So the idea of authenticity that is related to the throat chakra, that is required. So with the pyramid energy, what I saw was also there's a huge angelic realm support right now, with a lot of different archangels, especially Archangel Michael has been coming on very strong with Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Zachiel. When we were entering into the season of Leo. So it's because as the truth is being revealed, a lot of people are having to stay consistent with their courage and boldness to speak their truth and share their truth with the world. So when they speak their truth and share their truth, their frequency is affecting the collective net in a very positive way. The more people speak their truth, more people come out and activate their throat chakra, the higher chakras, seeing through the illusions, meaning the fear. You're no longer feeling trapped inside the fear. You see that as an illusion with the third eye activation, right? The higher chakra, upper chakra activations right now. You're able to speak your truth more consistently. And because the energy is very chaotic right now, unless you're grounded and stay in balance every day, or or at least have that disciplinary actions in your day-to-day life, however you introduce that to your daily life uniquely, you can have different ways, right? is because right now we are also having the Chiron retrograde right now, and that's related to untying the karmics. So all the karmic ties have to be cut, and by the end of this year, and as we are about to go into the Pluto Aquarius energy full on from next year. And so we are right now doing a lot of karmic untying right now, and all these people they can still see what you are doing where you are. And energetically, if you are in a very high vibe state, someone who has a karmic tie, for example, your family member, it could be your parent, it could be your siblings, it could be your relatives, or ex-friends, or ex-colleagues, or ex-someone that see you in a very high vibe state, and they start to compare because they're in that lower vibrational energy. And on a soul level, they want to attach their energy to that of someone who is in a high vibe state, because they're in that codependent energy. And so right now, a lot of these karmic ties are continue to being severed radically, very fast, or we are having to, what's the word? We are step by step doing this to fully untie all these karmic connections right now. So the timeline's splitting further. So like the buffet that I mentioned, everyone now is facing with different choices they can make. But all these connections, the karmic ties who are trying to or drawn to all these high vibrational individuals, is because they hold on to the past. It's because of their own choices. Another one is because they're remaining in that negative energy. All the other entities are manipulating them and using their vessel to get to the individuals who are rising in frequency or in a certain high vibe state energetically. So they could enter into a lot of your dream time, a lot of in your thought, mental energy. So it's very important right now to clear this mental space and make sure that your energy is focused inward and that you bring your power back. So your energy from all these places, people, and things, okay? And then continue to let go, continue to release. So if there's any lingering or lurking emotions that you thought you dealt with it, but you just put it under the rug, that may come up to the surface, because that energy may attract these energies as well. So, you know, even though when I say high vibe state, we still have a lot of things to clear, but just on a different level. Okay, so everyone is clearing something, releasing something, healing, empowering, or liberating on a different level. We are all doing the work. And when someone says, I have done all the work, I'm in this place, I know everything, then it's something that you need to or want to discern with your own intuition, because that's creating codependency, and that wants another person to follow them. That's the egoic state. So right now, a lot of people in the spiritual community is also going through a lot of shifts and changes that is chaotic. So all the people who are in a certain position in the spiritual community, doing certain spiritual work, reading, healing, or doing transmissions, doesn't matter, whatever you do. But then what I'm going to share by Source and Gaia is that unless you do the inner work, you cannot move up, is what I'm guided to share. So they may still have certain gifts to read people and to do psychic readings and healing. But if they, the word that is coming on is ditching their inner work, or they're overworking themselves, meaning overdoing over service and neglecting their own inner work. They're in imbalanced state that way, or something like that, or they go into a spiritual ego aspect, and that if they're unaware of their own ego, spiritual ego aspect, and then not reflecting on that to confront or to face their shadow aspect, because there's no such judgment. You simply want to look into it without judging yourself. And if someone is skipping this work and continuing to provide service, what could happen is that they could easily also get manipulated by other entities that are in lower vibration, and that it could mislead a lot of people, and it could give out a lot of, I would say, false energies and false information. That is what I'm being guided to share. So right now, what I saw at the end of August was Archangel Michael, coming on very, very strong for the collective. And what he did was he put on a huge pyramid over the collective energy, in that his deep blue light, so that people feel protected to speak their truth, to face their truth, to consistently do that in this very chaotic energy right now. And that they could easily feel the moment you go into doubt, the moment you go into fear, the moment you go into cynicism, meaning you're not having faith or you lose hope on something, once the energy drops into your energy vibration, that could easily be exposed to these lower entities right now, because they are really looking for unconscious souls or lower vibration energies to hatch on and manipulate, because they have lesser space to dominate right now because of the environmental changes of having more light right now also. So that's why if you're especially in the spiritual community and you're unaware of your own inner shadows and all these aspects, it could enter into your energy space, and it could really distract you, and that it could mislead you. And so you don't want to be played by these energies, is what I'm guided to share. So you want to make sure that you are grounding your energy. So the more you feel grounded in your root energy, in yourself, and finding home within, and meaning trusting yourself, trusting your own intuition. The moment you doubt something, you're lowering your vibration. And the moment you doubt someone's energy, saying, oh, that person, what if, meaning it's different. The energy of doubt and energy of suspicion is very different. Doubt allows you to explore different possibilities. And so in a way, that idea of doubt, right, helps us to tune into your intuition for discernment, as opposed to when you are suspicious of something. That's a whole different energy. It's relating to doubt. It's relating to more dark forces. So when you are being suspicious, that is something that you need to clear up instantly or right away, because it's affecting your energy. And the more it affects your energy, you're going to be, what's the word that is coming is very strong, hijacked by the lower entity energies, or this, whatever that's so called. And we say these entity attacks or lower entities, it's all you, is because in a way, an extension of that is these entities also exist, but at the same time, I am the one that is giving this opportunity for them to come in. when I lower my vibration is what I'm going to share. So in that sense, people say that, oh, it's me and it's all me, and that's attracting these energies. In the sense, it's because of that aspect. So we are continuously to purify our energy field that way, okay, and to discern. And as I was going around and interacting and connecting, having conversations with different people, the local people in different cities in Indonesia, and even here, I'm starting to sense more of the polar opposite experiences, like someone who's very like genuine and kind, as opposed to all the survival energy of, you know, seeing you as a supply of something, or as a, they want to have an opportunity for something, or they want to force you to buy something, or, you know, manipulate, being more strategic with what they say. So right now, what I'm going to share is, don't be fooled by what's on the outside, how things appear on the outside. And especially with, I'm guided to share about the US election. And personally, I have no opinions or preferences, or I don't even follow the news at all. But then this is coming up right now because all this chaotic energy may trigger you to go into an opinion of something, of what is better or what is worse, the value judgment, once again, that we need to neutralize and purify and clear. Because that idea of presidency, or the idea of election, or the Olympics that is taking place right now, that I'm also guided to mention, don't get distracted by these energies of what's on TV right now. Tune out if you can as much as possible and focus on your energy. That's also another form of distractions that they're trying to get to individuals. To stay in a victimized state or powerless state on a subconscious level, so they're not aware that they're making these choices. Because right now it's like a buffet. Everyone has an open invitation to choose which one they want to enter, which door they want to enter into. The highest timeline, choose positivity or negativity or neutrality or something like that, okay? So believe it or not, a lot of people are still choosing negativity, right? And then we would think that who would choose negativity over positivity? But a lot of people in the collective are doing so still, okay? So we don't want to judge anybody. So right now, that is what is taking place, and that the idea of sovereignty is that you are your own president, you are your own CEO, you are your own director, your creator, right? You're the writer, you are the orchestrator, conductor, right? However you resonate with these words, right? That's the age of sovereignty that we are going into as we enter into the Pluto in Aquarius energy of decentralized world. Right now, everything's centralized, okay? So we are being enslaved, or we are choosing to be or stay a slave in a way. That is what I'm guided to share. So we are self-deprecating, self-sabotaging, self-imprisoning, self-victimizing, right? Self-hurting, okay? So we don't want to give our power away that way, okay, to more centralized power that is promising that they will take care of you and they have the best interest for everyone. But you know, once your third eye is open, you will see through these illusions and see through these words, the sweet words or the promising words or the guarantees that they're saying that they're going to do. You're going to see through, right, of what's true and what is not true. Okay? And so you're going to start to wake up to that. And that's the energy right now. Or someone may still choose to argue over who is better to vote, or that we are more powerful than this or than you, or something like that. All these ideas, okay? The value judgment right now is coming on very strong. And so the Atlantean portal energy has been opening up since end of July. And that energy is about us moving to a place of co-creator. So in order for us to become a co-creator, we need to activate our higher chakras, as well as balancing out the lower chakras and integrating them. And that work has been going on continuously since the beginning of this year. And we were prepping for a lot of this underground work at the end of 2023. So right now, a lot of us is learning to trust once again. So that is also related to the root chakra energy. So learning to trust, meaning the more you trust yourself, the more it's going to help you to see through the illusions of something, of how things appear, what people say. So you are going to discern with the energy or the vibration of someone rather than what they say, which is the old energy, old timeline. And in new timeline, everything is going to be transparent, right? And so in the future, down the line, eventually you're going to use a lot of telepathy because there's nothing to hide. At this moment, we want to stay hidden because we have a lot of things that we didn't say, or we said something and we felt something different inside. So there's a lot of, in that sense, less transparency going on, right, within our energy body. And that's how we lived in the survival age. So that also is shifting and changing that energy. So in order for us to become that co-creator, we are learning how to manifest again. And that idea of manifestation, which I mentioned from time to time in my previous videos, also has to be purified. It's not going to be about materializing things or having more money or building your castle or buying, I don't know, like this. I'm not guided to say that whatever you desire and want, you don't want to put shame on it, you don't want to put guilt on it. And you can manifest and create and enjoy the luxury of things, of the material life. But what I'm guided to share is that we are going into less is more energy in terms of materialism, is what I'm guided to share. More simplistic life in that sense. That's more in alignment with the 5D New Earth energy that we still need to work on for a few decades, but we are just starting right now. So you can still enjoy the luxury of material things, but if you want to manifest because you want to fulfill your dream of having the collection of all these expensive cars, for example, right? That's not in alignment with the New Earth frequency. You can enjoy a beautiful, nice car, your dream car, whatever brand that is right now that we currently are living with. But then the co-creation energy is about the energy of abundance, aligning with the energy of abundance that we were working on with the flow state in July with the divine feminine energy. So the divine feminine energy had to be healed and looked into first in order to support the divine masculine energy balancing right now that's happening, because with this support, like it's like a backbone is what is coming up. So we need that idea of flow and trust in order to create with a new frequency that is higher, meaning with a different level of consciousness. So it's not that more is better, that you don't need to have 10 different tumblers. You can have your favorite color tumbler right now, and then it's about appreciating that. It's about enjoying it. It's going to be more about the energy of presence, and energy of appreciating where you are with what you have, trusting that what you need is always going to be provided by the universe. That's what we mean by becoming a co-creator, working hand in hand with your higher mind that is connected to the infinite energy, that we see the sign as the infinite sign. That's also a representative of the number 8, right? 8-8 with the Lionsgate 8-8 portal. So that is the energy. So the idea of manifestation. So a lot of these talks about becoming rags to riches, these so-called words is particularly coming. These stories as marketing scheme to allure people into manifestation technique, so-called, also has to be transformed or purified, because the basis is, or the truth is, that everyone is manifester already. Everyone is manifesting. It's just a matter of that they're manifesting something negative or something positive in their life right now. So that has to be re-educated in that sense. And that people need to drop the old storytelling, and using that as a marketing tactic is what I'm going to share. That needs to be dropped. Also, that's being used in spiritual community as well. Certain words and certain formulas of how they formulate the stories is into to market people, to attract consumers or the followers for their services or something like that, is what is coming to me. And that also needs to be purified and just being delivered in a neutral way, and allow people to make their own choices rather than manipulating in a very subtle way. Okay, so the energy of intention is very important right now in August, as we are experiencing the new moon. Actually today on the 4th of August, where I am in Cambodia right now. So this energy of new moon is significant in looking into and reflecting on what you truly want, that is aligned with this higher frequency energy, and really going deep within. And what I'm also guided to share is, when you still want something, when you want to, I still want a full collection of different colors and different things of this and that. It's possible that you may have those desires. And when I share these messages, the intention behind it is not to penalize someone or to judge or to evaluate. So don't put shame on your desires or what you are experiencing right now energetically, or don't put guilt on whatever that is coming up to you uniquely as you listen to these stories or this information, because that's going to lower your vibration simply. So one way to do it is that you want to allow yourself to review and reflect. And in the process of doing so, if any feelings of guilt or feelings of your own self-judgment or the shame of you wanting all of these things are coming to the surface, because the intention behind sharing this information is to not to give what is right and what is wrong, but just simply that this is a new level of consciousness that we are going into, that we need to adopt. So I'm just introducing that, and it's not to judge. Okay, so you want to work with whatever that's coming, that as you listen to this, whether you resonate, whether you feel triggered, or these emotions are coming up, thoughts are coming up, it's something that you want to look into from a neutral perspective, meaning observe, meaning disengage and disidentify. Because these desires, they're not who you are, right? Because you were trained to want more. You were trained to by your parents, by society, by where you worked. It's just been programmed. So what we are doing is we are just releasing all these images and programming right now. So we are in this process. So whenever these emotions of shame or guilt in regards to these things come up, simply reflect on them. Ask, what do I need to adapt? What I need to recognize in order to release these images from myself so that I can live freely out of the heavy consumption energy that's pulling down the energy, especially the root chakra energy that's been creating all this safety net out of this materialism. But right now we have to go into creating the new home or new house within yourself, the new temple within, that's based on you trusting the universe, you feeling secure with the universe, that everything that you need in every moment will be provided in divine timing. And the idea of money is just one aspect out of infinite. But right now that had been the image that was imprinted on the people in the humanity right now due to the age of darkness and the age of survival experimentation. So we have this value judgment, and that's the only way, and that's something I need in order to feel secure and safe, something like that. So in that sense, that's what I mean by lesser is more right now, in that sense, because the energy is shifting, meaning when I say less, more, meaning materialism, but also we don't want to discredit materialism. We want to honor them, but in a very different light is what I'm going to share. And the source is telling me right now, not many people may get this idea, but I'm guided to plant the seeds at least, okay? So that's the new energy. And you're going to be okay wherever you are. You're safe, okay? So that's the energy that we're embodying. And once you have that trust, you're going to be able to speak more truth, because you're able to see through the illusions more, because you're working with the higher forces rather than being distracted by the egoic aspect, okay? So the more you're aligned with your higher aspect, you're going to be less shaken by all this turmoil. So the word that is coming is that you're always the eye of the storm, okay? All in this chaos, all these people who are living in survival, wanting to move up the ladder, and people who are on a different opposite, they all simultaneously exist, and they can come into your reality and come into physical contact as an experience right now. But eventually it will split off further and further, and these people cannot cross over here, these people cannot cross over here. But right now we are having the buffet. We are given all these opportunities and options and invitations to all these different doors. Which one are you going to knock and walk into actively is your own soul choice making right now. And it is very important. You want to make that proactive, active choice. You want to walk into a negative door or the positive door, or the more enlightened, more empowered one. Okay? So eventually, once the ship is split off, so what has been coming up was like Noah's Ark. So who's going to step into that ship? So this is more like in a symbolic sense, okay? So also the leadership is going to be replaced. A lot of the leadership positions in so-called spiritual community, as well as all other aspects and industries in society, are being rearranged, is what is coming up, based on the individual's vibration. So the individual may want to go into a hermit mode, and then take a break from their work or something like that, is what is coming up. And they say, oh, I want to do some internal work. And that's what they're being called to. Or promotion and demotion is what is coming, in a sense that it's not moving up and down, but it's more of based on someone's vibration, holding the power within that is aligned with truth, honesty, integrity, devotion, and commitment. Energy that is pure has to be rising up to lead the front line, meaning like become the pioneer right now, because the energy of purification is very important as we enter into the Pluto Aquarius energy full on, is what I'm guided to share, okay? So that a lot of people right now only see the results and where they are, but people do not see what they have gone through, right? We don't really see in the physical world. So it's not to judge, it's not to compare, okay? So there may be a lot of energy of jealousy, envy due to comparison, where they are, where you are, all these energies. If you're feeling triggered, ask your angels or guardian angels, your higher self, what do I need to recognize in order to free myself from these energies right now, to be cleared and to be freed, is what I'm guided to share, okay? Because what Source is telling me is that these new leadership or the pioneers, they're not going to, they're looking around different energies who are not going to abuse the power that they're given or misuse it, right? So their energy has to be pure. And it doesn't matter what position you held in a spiritual community or in an industry. It doesn't matter. Right now it's time for change and shifts. So unless you embody that frequency, because energy never lies, and the Source can see everything, even though you think you're playing God or universe, is what is coming. So that is what is taking place right now. And if you're in a position, allow yourself to continue to speak your truth, continue to be who you are, or embody more of who you are. And if you are doing so, you are doing a great job, is what I'm guided to share. And also, if you're struggling to understand what it means to be authentic right now, if you're struggling to be who you are, if you're struggling to find who you are, and you're in the process of it, what the Source wants me to share with you is that you're also doing a great job, because you're in the darkness. You don't see the progress as readily being revealed to you, but the fact that you're struggling, the fact that you are working on it right now, is a progress in and of itself. So for those of you, this particular group, what I'm guided to share is that keep on aligning with faith, okay, aligning with trust, and using new words, new seeds in language, in sound that is a creation of yours, of affirmations, right? I trust in the divine guidance, divine protection. I have faith. I trust. I am safe. I am secure. All these words. These words are your own creations, your active choice making right now, your own efforts, planting new seeds. So what I'm also guided to share is that everyone is in a different season. Someone may be in a spring season, planting new seeds, or summer season, watering their garden, and then fall season, reaping their rewards, or winter season, being tested or feeling tested, going through challenges to lay the groundwork to go through in order to come through, break through. So the energy of becoming a co-creator that is in alignment with the new level of consciousness, or the new higher frequency energy that is aligned with the new earth energy right now, also is calling us to focus on or reprogramming our entire system, your physical system as well, to see how much you're staying present rather than how productive you are. That idea of productivity and living under productivity, that pressure, was the energy of the frequency of the survival, the age of darkness that we are moving away from. So that's why we needed that flow state energy of the divine feminine in July. So we are learning to adapt, to be more present every day, moment to moment, rather than living under the energy of having to be more productive every day, right? So in that sense also, less is more, or more is better, that old idea, right? So you don't have to do 10 things in a day and check different boxes in order to feel fulfilled. Everything is in alignment, and when you go in, your intuition tells you whatever that you need to do, where you need to be, and start to work on that energy, and that momentum needs to be built within your cellular structure, meaning your body, your nervous system. They have to be reintroduced with this relaxed, secure, present, grounded energy on a day-to-day basis, more so, rather than constantly putting pressure on yourself to do more, to be more, work on other people's expectations, pleasing tendencies, right? They're all the byproduct of the programming of the survival that we've been conditioned to live under ever since we were born, right? From school, kindergarten, family, workplaces, society, all these institutions. So we are in the process of unburdening all of these expectations of the external demand is what is coming up, and allowing ourselves to choose what is best for you, that is unique to you, and listen. So going into our intuition and creating with a balanced state, and asking your intention behind something. Why do I want it? What do I really want it? Right? Do I really want it? Do I really need that? All these questions. Purifying the seed, purifying the intention, the energy of intention for creation, that divine, with the divine masculine energy, is very significant right now. And what's embracing that, supporting that, is the divine feminine energy of you flowing moment to moment, that it's safe for you to be present. It's safe for you to be who you are in every moment, that you are exactly at the right in the right place at the right time, and that everything is always working out for you. Okay, and having that trust, or rooting that system, new belief system, into your root is very important right now in August, is what I'm guided to share. In order for you to balance your solar plexus area, also connect that to your third eye. Okay, so the fear is an illusion, right? That self-victimization, the imprisonment, happens due to fear. Fear of being pressured. We were being pressured ever since we were born. Pressure to be someone, pressure to say something, pressure to act a certain way, pressure to produce certain things for someone, to please your parents, to please your teachers, to please something, right? And so we were pleased, we were pressured, we were forced, we were demanded to win. And the idea was to climb up. And once we climb up, they told us that it's going to secure us something. But once you get up, climb up, a lot of people, when we are not rooted, you will start to experience emptiness, right? That's where you experience crisis, internal crisis. So that's the whole idea. And that was one idea of putting humanity or humans as workers or as slaves at large. Even though we are not chained, mentally, we were being trained to become a slave and serve as a slave for the centralized power system. Okay, so that's the whole idea. So in terms of like energy portals, there's right now, Lemurian portal opened, the Atlantean portal of the co-creation codes opened, and now the Bermuda Triangle and all those, the different energy points that I saw, the new triangle. So I saw a triangle there in the Atlantean region, the triangle, and another triangle in the Lemurian region, and another support from the big angelic realm around Los Angeles in United States. That's connecting Miami, Hawaii, and Los Angeles. That's another portal pyramid right now. And also pyramid in the higher heart in England, in Stonehenge, Glastonbury, and all that area. So there are spiritual groups chosen by the source, is what I'm guided to share. They're already working on that portal for purifying the seed, the intention, in one way or another, working with the galactic energy, angelic energy, interdimensional energies, is what I'm guided to share. So right now, what we can do best on an individual level is to continue to reflect, stay aware, because awareness right now is going to be very, very useful, and it's going to help you a lot in discerning different energies. And do not be fooled once again by the words, by the faces, by how things appear on the outside. Tune into the energies, vibrations, to discern the truth and notice the difference between doubt and suspicion, which I mentioned, explained previously. And continue to speak your truth, continue to stay in your truth, so you can be who you are, express the energy that's going to have a positive impact on the collective energy field, that's going to affect everyone in a very positive way. That way you're serving humanity. So the more you stay in alignment, in balance every day, automatically it's helping the entire universe, Gaia, and humanity. And I want you to know that. So you don't have to try to... Something that I also wrote about recently about this quote from Mother Teresa, that if you want to change the world, go home and love your family is the new energy that we are all here to embody. That level of consciousness, that we are not here to change the world. That's the ego world that we are moving away from. Right now we are all going in, getting into our higher heart, aligning to our higher heart, higher chakras, lower chakras, bringing that symbolic idea of heaven on earth, locking that into our heart center that represents neutrality, that represents the top of the pyramid, that enlightenment, meaning you live light every day. Living light meaning in joy, in happiness, right? In contentment, in love, in compassion, in kindness. That's the energy. And you can choose happiness every day, despite circumstances. And if you're feeling triggered with stories right now as you listen, but I have this family, but I am surrounded by this blah, 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 but I am this, that's something that you need to look into. Why are you giving your attention to that constantly? And start focusing on something that is different than what you chose. If you want to be different, you have to choose different in that sense, right? However that different means to individuals, that is unique. So that is the energy that I'm going to share right now. Okay. And right now there are a lot of angelic support around, especially the energy is very, very chaotic with the Lionsgate portal energies, very turbulent, a lot of dark forces mixed with light, increasing light. So I brought these archangel cards for me to share so you can tune in and connect with these energies when you need it. If you need to feel rejuvenated or remove some negative energies and want to connect with more joy, something like that, they can help you. Okay, so Archangel Aurora came a couple of days ago. So the Archangel Aurora is going to help you open up with new beginnings, meaning in terms of making new choices on a soul level. So what are you going to eat in your own buffet? You have everything on your plate, but you want to choose with your wisdom that is aligned with your higher self right now. So this may help you with this energy of the sun, very golden energy. So the message here is welcome new beginnings. Let the sun shine in your life. Okay, so I'm going to share the card so you can screenshot if you feel called to. And notice all these different colors, the orange, bright orange, yellow. You want to tune into these colors. You may want to wear, or you may want to connect with these color crystals. But how you want to choose is always you want to tune into your own intuition rather than tuning into your mind and choosing out of your mind. When you choose something out of your mind, it's forcing, so it's not in alignment. So always you want to tune in. And if you say, I don't know how to tune in, I don't know how to choose, it's difficult for me, then practice with this energy. Because the only way for you to know is for you to practice more and more, to go back and forth and experience try and error so that you understand what it means you have to get it. Someone cannot really teach you. Someone can guide you and give you the information, but at the end of the day, you have to have that sense within yourself, okay? So, because right now intuition is very important. What I'm also guided to share is that if you want to train your intuition, is that you can just go out, simply walk outside the door without any plans. And you can do this with smaller boundaries and then extend to larger boundaries. Okay, just your own block that you're familiar with. You go out and then you do not have any plan which way you want to turn into, whether it's right or left. You go out in the street, and then you're going to connect to your heart, focus your energy on the heart, and if the heart says right, you go right. And then when you are at another crossroad, you're going to do that. And then, okay, when it says left, you move to the left. Something like that. So that's how you can tune in rather than creating something out of a plan that's forced. So when you travel, it's like this. When you travel, when you don't know anything, because knowing or all this information is already from the past, we are just playing with what we already know. So when we want to expand, move out of that comfort zone of what we know and get into the unknown, what we want to train ourselves to is that we want to expose ourselves to a completely new environment, and then that's going to naturally help us to get into our own intuition and our senses, because our body is now trying to figure out, okay, sensing any danger. So that is something that I'm guided to share. If you are resonating, you can start to practice in a smaller boundaries, and if you feel confident, you can, expand, and then, you can use your own creativity to do these things, okay? The second card is Archangel Zadkiel. It is time for transmutation. Carry the violet flame. Okay, so this is the card. So you can tune into the violet color here and call in Archangel Zadkiel. If you're dealing with a lot of negativity, a lot of psychic attacks due to your vibrations, or you may be going through a lot of inner child healing or triggers, dark night of the soul, you can bring in Archangel Zadkiel and visualize his beautiful violet light, or you go into the violet flame, transmuting all these negative energies in your auric field so you get cleared. So you cleanse your auric field, okay? Archangel Mariel, manifest for the highest good. Work with pure love, okay? So you can tune into the colors here. And you see this star here. So this has to do with soul star. So you're going to activate your soul star chakra when you feel resonating with Archangel Mariel and this card or these colors. And that you may want to continue to activate your third eye, your higher chakras, and continue to align yourself because you're ready to receive all these soul gifts and download even more, unlock even more spiritual soul gifts that you already embody within. Okay, so it's going to help you activate them. Allow yourself to receive in gratitude. And Archangel Michael, stand in your power, be true to yourself. Okay, so this is the card, this is the color, and then you see the sword of truth. The Merlin Arthur energy here. So remember that you hold a power within, that the powerless, the feeling powerless. So when we feel powerless, we go into fear. And that's when we get triggered. That's when we get anger. That's when we get defensive. Okay? So you want to remember that you are a powerful being. Calling your power. Nobody can harm you unless you allow. You see, that's the power you hold. You hold the power. You allow and disallow. Okay? When you're like, oh my God, what if those negative, like blah, 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 they're like trying to, no, you say, you go into your power. I do not allow you in my energy field, get out. Okay? That's the power you have. Okay? So remember that also, to speak your truth. It's related to your throat chakra. Okay? Stand in your truth. Another one is Archangel Uriel. Come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. So this is the honor energy. So Archangel Uriel can also help you bring in the energy of joy as you stay more in harmony and balance within your energy body, you can start to laugh again. You want to connect with something that's humorous, not like dark humor. I do not recommend something of very pure in nature that makes you laugh, that you want to connect to dancing or singing and then just goofing around like a little kid, right? Connect to that energy of joy once again to brighten up and energize and raise your vibration, okay? Archangel Gabriel, shimmer with diamond light. Express your creativity. Okay, so this is the energy. So Archangel Gabriel has been coming through very strong since July till now. So you may want to connect with this energy or these colors here. And then Archangel Gabriel can help you purify your auric field as well. So you can visualize this pure white, bright, shining light coming down through your the top of your head, that is the crown, and then clearing, purifying your brain, your mental space, your third eye, your throat, your heart space, solar plexus, sacral, root, going all the way, spreading out all inside your body, feeling that bright diamond white light, shining light. And you can visualize, and as you visualize, you may sense all this tingling sensations. And then as you release, you may feel a little bit lightened up, or your brain fog may be reduced or gone. And lastly, Archangel Muriel. Trust your own wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. So right now, Archangel Muriel has been coming through since like a week ago or so, as we're dealing with a lot of solar plexus energy. That's the confidence, the willpower to speak our truth. That is the throat and the third eye, seeing through the illusions. So Archangel Muriel can help with this energy if you are resonating with that, or these chakras right now, or working on these areas. Okay. So this is the card and the colors that you can tune into and utilize. And as you work with Archangel Muriel, you can visualize this beautiful golden light covering you, right? And pouring that light onto you to help you to trust your own wisdom, inner wisdom, so that you can see through, right? And have faith beyond what is going on, beyond the words, beyond what's appearing right now, beyond seeing through, going into the deeper layers, okay? So Archangel Muriel can help you and support with that right now, okay? So always when you work with archangels or anyone, if you call in their support, make sure you thank them, right? Gratitude. Say thank you, Archangel Muriel. Thank you, Archangel Gabriel. So you always want to stay in balance with the energy. So right now, another thing that I'm guided to share with that is the karmic balance. So a lot of these chaotic energies may push you to react, okay? And when you feel reactive, instead of trying to control it, allow these emotions to come through and then ask yourself, what do I need to realize, recognize, and release so that I do not attract these energies anymore, okay, is what I'm going to share. Because right now the energy is moving really fast. So the karmic cycles, that means, is also moving faster. So what you put out, you will receive in return faster. So when you react to someone, when you say something bad, or when you intend on ill will towards someone, even though it's a thought, it's just the simple words, when they're not present, they're going to echo back to your physical reality as a karmic balance, because karma simply means action in neutrality. So this is just a cycle. What you put out, you receive in return. So when you put out goodwill, kindness, love, compassion, pure intentions, you're going to experience that. If it's the opposite, usually the person who's doing that wants that energy to go to someone else, but actually it's coming back to the person who's wishing that, okay? So that's how the energy works. But this is nothing like retaliation energy, but it's just in a neutral sense. That's how energy works. And with that, the word retaliation, what came to me was just make sure that energy of trust is related to speaking our truth, because we were blocked from speaking our truth because of the retaliative energy that is present, that has been present, meaning when you speak your truth, you are being punished, or due to that, you may have fear, you may be afraid of repercussion, you may be afraid of retaliative energy. So that's why Archangel Michael can help you with this sort of truth and protection for you to stay courageous and bold, to continue to speak your truth despite this turmoil, despite this turbulent energy that is present with the retaliative force or the reprimand forces in the dark energy field that we are simultaneously also living with at this time. So that's why your courage is very important, your throat chakra, and speak your truth. And whenever you experience them, or whenever you get triggered, or the memories, something that you can also do is bring in that Archangel Michael's pyramid that is in deep blue color that you just saw in the Archangel Michael card, and then visualize and then put it over you, so you receive that protection, receive that courage to speak your truth. And also what you can do for humanity or the collective is you can visualize this giant pyramid over the entire collective net, so people can feel safe, protected, to speak their truth, to express their truth in this energy of revelation right now. Okay, so is there anything else? Source Gaia. So what is coming up right now, as we're getting a lot of rising of the frequency, your physical body may be affected. So lastly, they want you to balance your energy by tuning into your physical vessel, honoring the energy of your physical body, and provide what it needs. If it's nourishment through healthy foods, that's going to create balance in your hormonal balance, nervous system balance, everything balance that's affecting all these chakras right now. So you want to choose also wisely what you consume as foods at this time. And that is affecting the alignment, chakra alignment, energy alignment right now, and the nervous system reset. Also allow your body to rest, so you are in a state of surrender, relaxation, rather than constant pressure, so that you can stay at ease to receive all these codes, information that are available every day, all this moment. And lastly, you want to connect, especially in the Leo season, with the sun. expose yourself to the sun with unfiltered sunlight. So, no glasses, no contact, just with your eyes. And then you can just close your eyes and look to the sun or stand in the sun, especially during sunrise or early morning energy is what I'm guided to share, to receive the information and codes from the sun. Right now at this time during Lionsgate portal energy window period right now. That's going to also help you re-energize, rebalance your system or your physical system as well, put you in balance. That's going to help you align your chakras and energy points is what I'm also guided to share. Okay, so right now, before I go, what is coming up is to, my hands are moving, so it's to share the Atlantean portal codes for co-creation, and that you don't have to understand on an awareness level right now, but if you allow yourself and if you're fully trusting and open, then you're going to connect to it, and then you're going to receive in your subconscious, and you're going to connect on a soul level. So you have this information with you, and in divine timing, when your resonance is ready, it's going to come to your full consciousness is what I'm guided to share. Because right now, people are only going to understand the level of consciousness that they have delved deep within themselves. So that's why it's important to focus on your energy, and instead of trying to change the world, right? Change your inner world, shift your inner world is more important at this time, or called or needed. Because eventually, once you shift inside, you're going to have new level of understanding and consciousness that you will understand deeper layers or the meaning behind simple words. So when someone says, I know everything, that's what I knew. I knew that. I know that. There's nothing new. When you find someone saying this, or when you find yourself saying this, you want to meditate with that energy of that ego, and that get into the infinite self, because that idea of knowing is an illusion that you all know. There's nothing new. There's always something new and deeper layers of something once you go in, because we are infinite. There's infinite layers. Okay? The wisdom is infinite. You want to tap into your infinite wisdom. And when we say these things, we block our own way, meaning we resist who we are. You see what I mean? So that's something that I'm guided to share to help you connect with your wisdom within at this time. Okay? Your intuition is going to play a very important role right now that we worked on in July. To discern with all these power struggles, all this fear playing right now, still trying to hold on to the old, okay? Uakai akakati akakao atakakai kiki akataka kakakai kiki akao kukuatakai kiki atakakai akakai atakakai kiki akatututu akai ataka ititi akai atakakai takao kukuatakai atakai kakauatakao kukuatakai. So I'm working with the sacral energy right now, where your creativity lies, to become that co-creator energy of balancing that out, that abundance center in the sacral. You are limitless. Don't limit yourself by what you know. You are limitless. Go beyond. When you say, I know everything, it leads to overthinking. That is the ego or the lower mind is what I'm going to share. Get out of that energy, remove yourself, detach yourself. Allow the higher self to bring in the infinite. Beyond what you think, beyond what you imagined. So that's why we call it a surprise. We call it a miracle. In the new earth energy, the miracle is an everyday place, everyday energy. But right now, in this energy, is something that is hard to believe, right? So we are moving towards the energy right now. And I'm sensing certain people are going to feel triggered, whether if you do not resonate, but you're staying here and you're suspecting, right? Then allow yourself to work with that trigger of your own suspicion of whether what I'm doing and what you're receiving may be harming you. Align your energy first. Remove the suspicion. Tune in with your intuition. You will know. You will know the truth. The energy of suspicion is very heavy right now. In the collective is what I'm sensing. That needs to be cleared, and people are confused what is true and what is not right now. Remove That's why the false information, false spiritual information may penetrate through a lot of people right now. If you hold suspicion, you are to attract these energies. So purify. Align yourself first. Go into your power within. Remain not knowing. Remain unknown. Connect to yourself, your infinite being. That's how we expand with the energy of Lionsgate Portal with the number 8, the infinity. Release that resistance of the ego wanting to stay knowing. Wanting to stay safe in the known. What are you afraid of? Ask these questions and bring out all those fears that's been lurking within your energy field. Release them. Trust the higher forces. Allow them to bring being in their receptivity with the divine feminine energy. And start to create with the higher forces, with the universe that is in alignment with your highest timeline, with your soul purpose. Heal the heart, to remove all suspicions. So purifying this heart space the heart chakra here. Utukuakaya tikia kikia takao kukuatakaya tikia kikia takao takakakaya takakakakaya tikia kikia taka. There is an Atlantean codes transmitting right now. Utukuatakaya takao kakakaya tikia kikia takao kukuatakaya takao kutuataka itikia kao atakaya tikia kikia takao kukuatakao kukua. Create with joy, create with passion, create with inspiration. Itikia kawa takaya takia kikia takawa kakao takaya tikia kikia taka kukua takaya kakao kakua kukua kakaya kikia kawa. Clear your head from any overthinking, overactivation in the mind, to help you stay aligned with your heart center and create from the heart center. Kukuatakaya tikia kukuatakaya kakaya tikia kikia takawa takaya taka utukua kukuatakaya tikia kikia takawa takaya tikia kia kakao kau kutua kakaya tikia kikia kakao takaya takawa kakao takaya kikia kau tukua kaka ikikia kau kukua takaya takakakakakakau atakakakakakau atakakakakakau atakakakai atakakakau atakakai atakakakau atakakau wawawa itikia kau atakai atakau kukua takau akakua tutuai atakau atakia kakau atakai atakia kikia atakau akaka utukua kua 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 kukua takau, creating the balance, the inner ankh, the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming into union within the center in the heart. Utukuakai atakao atakai atikia kikia takao atakao atakai kikia taka ukukuatai kakao atakao kukuatakawa. Stay in faith right now. Ukukuatai kakao, stay in trust. Kukukuakai kakao kukuakakai atakao atakai kakao kukuata. Connect with joy. Intentionally, actively, choose joy, choose happiness. You are not powerless. You are not a victim of circumstances. You can make the choice. What you're going to focus on, where your attention is leading. If it's not the direction that you want to head, redirect. So you can become a co-creator with the universe. Living in the day-to-day abundance. That energy beyond the limitation of materialism right now. Beyond that energy, it's limitless. Allow yourself to expand in energy of joy, love, laughter. Enlighten yourself. Stay light. Live light. Futukuakai atakao atakai tikia kakao kukuakao kakao atakai akikia kakao kukua kua kua ia ikikia kao kakao kakao akikia kikia kakao akakai akikia kao akakai akikia kikia itikia kao wa 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 wa. So what I was doing, I was balancing with the Trinity energy from the root to the crown and upwards, and then balancing that out, and then putting that energy of pyramid of balance, of that energy of Trinity right now to bring in that inner balance between your divine masculine, divine feminine. So we work with each other, divine feminine, allowing yourself to receive in gratitude, divine masculine, allow yourself to trust, and then create based on what you receive from the higher forces, right? And then enjoy creating. Enjoy. And that's with the energy of passion, right? Your inspiration. That's the sun energy of the Leo right now. So a lot of that inner child energy is coming up. So you want to get into that inner child energy of your creative aspect, what enlightens you, what makes you feel joyful, right? Inspired at this time. So that's all I have for today. And I hope this helped you. And that I know that energy can be very up and down, and that it could bring a heavy toll on the physical body, especially if you're if you're at a different stage. But just, it can be hard, but the more you say thank you for everything, you are sitting in the energy of abundance. So train yourself, if this is something that you resonate, you're feeling called to say thank you for the pain, thank you for the challenge, thank you for this physical upgrade, thank you for this. And especially with the physical upgrades and all this like feeling lethargic and all this like light codes activating in your body, if it's too much, you can also say, I need to tune it down so that I can adjust, and I need some time of rest. So that's something that you can also do if it's rising up too quickly. Okay. So I hope this helps, and I'm sending you lots of love and support my way to you. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna end this here, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.